Hello, welcome back to Gordon's channel. In this lesson, we are going to learn a CSS pseudo element called nth-child. And by learning this nth-child, we will try to implement a colorful letters features. And this features is not my idea. It is the idea of Ankit and in his code login form UI. So in the login form UI code, the current outcome is like this. And here, I noticed that he has many colorful letters. So I try to look into the CSS file, and then I found that actually he hasn't defined the colors in the CSS. And where has he defined these colors? So I scroll through the HTML, I found this part. So actually, each of them is a span, and then use the style attribute, and then the color in the as the value of the attribute. So this is hard coding every color of every letter one by one, letter by letter. So while this approach also works, actually there's a simpler approach. So I have asked for the consent of Ankit to demonstrate his code here, and I want to teach them nth-child and you too in this video. So hello Ankit. So let's get started. So first of all, let's go to our CSS code. So let's go to create our project directory CSS5, and let's go to open with VS Code. So here we can create new file. So let's call it colorful letters .html, and then I can split off the file panel, and with the exclamation mark in the VS Code, I can generate this template. So I will need to use the live server. So right click, open with live server. So I can use the live server here. So every change I make is reflected directly. And here, I'm going to add a few letters. For example, I have a division, and then I have letters. For example, I have I love cooking, and MBSP love O love cooking. So if I save here now, you can see that we have love, and if I put the next letter, there's no space. So I need an MBSP semicolon. So this one is a space. So I love cooking. Then and then D, then I, then N, then G. So the first line is I love cooking, and then I want some more lines. So instead of typing, let me just copy here. So for example, I have this pen here, copy, then come to here, paste, create a div to contain them, and after saving, now this code are all not indented properly, so I can use the VS Code right click and change select the format document, shift alternate F. So after formatting it, it should help me indent it properly. If not, I just use the enter to make them a new line. So we should always make the code blocks indent properly. So let me see. So here we don't need the uh, so here we also don't need the new line. We don't need a new line here. So we don't need a new line here. Let's try to format it again. Now the code is formatted appropriately, and now we now we have all this style here, which we don't need the to color here. So let's change it later. So here let's add a style tag, which is for the CSS code. And now we have the span element, and for each span element we can assign the nth-child selectors. So let's say we don't have the nth-child selector first. If I do it this way, and then I choose the color, for example, of blue, and then every letter comes blue except those with the style attribute at the element. And now if I have, for example, the nth-child selector, so nth-child is for all the child of this sequence. So I can say first one blue. So you can see that the first one is blue. And if I set the first one as red, and then I have a span, and then I have nth-child blue, then I can set, for example, the color is orange. Now all the child of the second element is orange, but the second element is not observable because it is an empty space. So let's try a third one. So nth-child. For the third one, let's make it yellow. Color becomes yellow. So the third one is yellow. And if it is not visible now, let me change the background color to the body as a background color. Background color. Let's assign it as gray. So let's assign it as 888. So we have a gray background color, and we can see the color of our letters. And the first line is by the pseudo element. The second line is by hard coding now. So let's remove all the hard coding. Let's remove all of this first. Okay, let's just change it to input your name. Enter your name. So here we have enter name. And now we can see that the first character is red, second one is orange, third is yellow. And here, if we don't use, for example, if we don't use nth-child, if we use a similar one called nth of type B, then let me see. Yeah, it works too. So n of type works too. But let's use nth-child. And if it doesn't change, then it means that we type something wrongly. So the pseudo element is nth-child. And here we can see that there is no gap here because if you use empty space, it's not going to reflect. So we need to use an MBSP. This way we can reflect it. So now we can add some more. So let's make it a rainbow color. For example, the fourth one becomes color of green. And then the sixth one is the sixth color of the rainbow, which is let me see, red. orange, yellow, green, and then is the lime, and then the sixth color is blue, and then the fourth color, the seventh color, and child seventh is purple. For example, now for example, if it's safety, let's save it. Now we have the blue, and then purple is the space, but now we don't see the M becomes purple. And if we look into the HTML, we see that the seventh span is an empty. So let's change it. So now we have the seventh one being purple. But now let's say I only want to assign 7 times, and then I want it to loop. So after the seventh one becoming purple, the eighth one I want it to be red again. So what do we do? So of course, one of the way is like this. So egg red. So this is assigning the eighth child to be red, but it is hard coding again. And if your article has a long paragraph, for example, 100 words, then you have to do this 100 times. So it's not a wise way. If we are going to save our steps, we will try to use a wise way. So the wise way is like this. So I can say put an n here. When I put an n here, or the multiple of 7 will become purple. For example, let me add one more here. For example, I love cooking! Exclamation mark. Now you see the exclamation mark becomes purple too. Why? Because it is the 14th span, and by the multiple becomes, because it hit the 7n, so it becomes purple too. So how to style the eighth one to be red? So it is like this: 7n plus 1. So when we use 7n plus 1, it means that all the uh, uh, child span, which is being the number of child is modulus 7 is 1. So for the second one, it becomes very easy. It is 7n plus 2. So all the second one, the ninth one, and so on, it will all becomes orange, and so on. So all we just add 7n plus to all the argument to the pseudo class nth child. So 7n plus 3, 7n plus 4, 7n plus 5, 7n plus 6, but no 7n plus n, but no 7n plus 7, because 7n plus 7 is just 7n. So now you can see that we have successfully styled the color with the pseudo element nth child, and this nth child is with an argument. And if we want to loop it over and over again, we can use 7n, or the multiple, the number of multiple you like, for example 7n, and then the modulus plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, and so on. So I hope you like this video, and if you would like to learn more, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment of this video or ask in Solo Learn. Thank you. Bye bye.